Welcome back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert, my pal Susan, and today's the day. Uh, when you hear that, what is does that spark something inside of you?
It brings me very present.
Uh-huh.
It's quite nice because I don't live thinking today's the day, and I should. All of us should all the time. Life is so
Why?
much more rich when we're present, but it brings me to that moment.
Yeah, I like that. It's a quick three-word charge to empowerment to say, yeah, right now, this is what I've got. This is what's in front of me.
I like
Um,
the empowerment concept because you're right. It's not just today's the day we're having a full moon. It's there's something about first person singular. It's
yeah,
like today's the day I am going to, or it's
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a personal call to action. It recognizes the opportunity and the blessing. And I mean, I'll couch this in, just in round terms because I don't want to be too specific, but I had a very shocking email this morning of a relatively young woman that I was very excited about being part of Yes and Exercise. She died. And I mean, it was just, whoa. And I say relatively young, I'm guessing mid 30s. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm just struggling with that today. And I had a wonderful conversation with our mutual friend Dustin, who just recently passed his dissertation, and we were talking about again that value of again today's the day, not knowing what's next. His dog died last week, relatively young dog, and it reminded him that was kind of one of his first death experiences. And he was saying how lucky as a 28-year-old man he is to have not had a lot of close death experiences. And it does bring you back to today's the day.
It
It
does.
better
And
be. We don't know what tomorrow is.
well, even staying in the today part of it, it doesn't, we don't know. It doesn't necessarily connote something positive or something negative. I think part of the loveliness of the work that we do is that we play from so many different angles that we get experience in being surprised and being dropped into situations that we're not expecting in the improv setting that helps us. And we have evolved this expression, train for the unknown now, which has become an important part of the teaching. And we're doing that. We discovered that the practice of the games, I actually had this conversation with my movement disorder specialist today because she had figured out about what we were doing and she was excited about it. And she started talking about the virtues of it, and one of the ones was that very thing that we don't know what we're getting when we get Parkinson's, what any given day is going to be like. And she got it that improv helped train for that. That was really cool.
Yeah, I just want to drill into that for a minute because we've known for a while that the medical community getting this is in some ways the keys to the kingdom because they really do they call the shots when it comes to funding and recommendation and validation in that regard, right? If the old line 4 out of 5 doctors recommend, that most people are going to go ahead and do that thing, right?
Yes, in our case, 4 out of 5 doctors haven't heard of yaks and they haven't been exposed to the opportunities for growth and how
Well,
it can help with their
hearing
disease.
yeah, well, hearing you say, and then I remember her saying it to me too, saying, I finally get it. I finally get it. That, there is this kind of wall, we know, an opaque wall about what we do. And if you're not patient, if you're not listening, it could very well just remain blurry. And that becomes irritating. Then you're going to avoid it. You're going to go, I don't get it. I don't know, not for me, or not proven, or not clear, or whatever dismissal you're going to give to it. But hearing her excitedly say, I finally get it. I mean, that's kind of part and parcel to what we do. It's excitement about getting it, as it were, for you. She sees something for
And
herself in it.
for herself, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yes,
Why,
because
why would she care, right?
because her patients having a better quality of life, she knows is going to affect the big picture
That's
for
it.
them. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. It's good, my friend. It's very good.
You
Today's
came a long way. I don't know if you heard her say this, but she said, "I remember it used to seem really smushy what you did. What I thought about what you did. It was some word like smushy,
smushy.
some word like that." And then she
We're
said, "But
gonna
now
leave it
I get
there.
it. Now I see the value. Now I see why you're doing this."
Smushy to value. That's today's day. We'll see you on the next daily dose.